Hi everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Atomic Ambition. Now, if you didn't know me, you possibly wouldn't know that I am quite skeptical. I'm very inquisitive. I'm always keen to learn and understand someone else's point of view, but I'm also quite skeptical of what I call wishy-washy things. And that is what I thought this book that I'm talking about today would all be about. I thought it would be very wishy-washy, simply because of the title. So the book we're talking about today is called The Kindness Method. The Kindness Method. I hope I pronounce her name correctly. I think it's Shahroo Izadi. The Kindness Method. Now, when I was given this book, and it was suggested that I should read it, and immediately I thought, the kindness method? Oh, why do I want to read a book about being kind? But actually, it's a very, very, very enjoyable read. And it highlighted something really important to me. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. The one thing it highlighted to me, and that is that I'm not a very kind person. I don't know. I imagine I'm a kind person, but actually, I could be kinder. I'm not a kind person. That's probably a bad way to describe myself. I think I'm kind, but probably like you and like everyone else out there, I could be kinder. I certainly could be kinder to the people closest to me. My wife, the people I love, my friends, my family. I could be kinder. I know I could be kinder. And that's the one thing that this book really highlighted to me. I should be kinder. To everybody, now including myself. If you're anything like me, you're probably very harsh and very judgmental about yourself. And like most people, we treat ourselves worse than we tend to treat other people. Yeah. So if you're the same as me, if I make a mistake, oh God, I beat myself up about mistakes, doing things wrong, for days, sometimes weeks. It can drive my wife crazy that I'm beating myself up about something that I did wrong, and I go, oh. So this book has really helped me to understand that process and to recognize it. So there's two things I'm really taking away from this book. The first one is being a little bit kinder to people around me. And I'm going to try and be a little bit kinder to everyone around me every day. I'm going to use the 1% rule. Today, try and be a little bit 1% more kind than I was yesterday, until I become a kinder person. And I want my initial thoughts in any situation to be kind thoughts rather than unkind thoughts. That's a plan that I have. I want to be kinder to other people. Most of all, I want to be kinder to myself. And that may seem a little bit selfish, but I think being kind to yourself, especially if you're like me, if you are introverted, socially awkward, if you're like me, you will beat yourself up about these failings that you have all the time. Okay, you will tell yourself that you're not good enough. If you're introverted, socially awkward, you know exactly what I'm talking about already. I don't need to explain it. It's difficult to explain, but we introverted people, socially awkward people, shy people, we beat ourselves up all the time about nothing. Honestly, about nothing. So I'm going to try and be kinder to myself. I'm going to forgive myself, I think is a good word to use. I'm going to try and forgive myself for my failings. I'm going to try and be more compassionate, show self-compassion to myself for my failings, for the things that I am really terrible at. And I'm also going to try not to judge a book by its cover anymore. Or rather, I'm not going to judge a book by its name, The Kindness Method. Yeah? It sounds a bit like, kindness, wishy-washy and stuff. But the lady who wrote it, so again, I hope I pronounce her name correctly, Shahroo Izadi. When you read about her, she's a clinical psychologist, and according to the information on the back of the book, she spent her time working in addiction treatment. So probably working with people addicted to drink, drugs at the worst time in their lives. So it's not wishy-washy, despite the title of the book. So I think if you are female, if you are a woman, you're a lady, you're going to think the title of this book is brilliant. The Kindness Method, Be Kind to Myself. I think this book was written by somebody, a female, to be aimed at, the female community. Okay. If you're a man like me, don't ignore this book. Yeah? Men will ignore things like this because we don't think it's for us. Trust me, it is for us, the Kindness Method. Okay. And if the only one, if there's only one thing that you get out of reading this book, if that is you are a little bit kinder to the people closest to you, just a little bit, then you will benefit from this book. But I think if you read this book, you will get two things from this book. You'll be kinder to everyone else, and you'll be kinder to yourself. Yeah, and that's a great thing to have. Okay, so go out and buy The Kindness Method and be kinder. See you next week.